Um, I thought I'd do a live stream this evening just because I can. Uh, Somebody told me that the dimwit had tried 2 or 3 times to do a live stream tonight, and he's too drunk to figure it out. It's they're on mute, I guess. He's too stupid to figure out how to turn the sound on. So I thought I'd just come on and do a live stream while I'm transferring some files right now. I'll be uploading a video probably in about 30-45 minutes, and you guys can check that out. But I thought I'd jump on right quick like and just do a live stream just because I can, and I'm not doing anything else at the moment, and so why not? Hey Philip, how are you? Well, that was quick. You must have been hunting me. So did you get a notification, or you just happened to be online and saw that I was doing a live stream? Hey Russell, how are you? Thank you for joining in. Both of you guys hit that thumbs up for me on your way in. It would be very much appreciated. So what's new and interesting, Russell? Yeah, I'm glad. Well, the notifications seem to be working sometimes, I guess. Um, Happy Little Homestead. Good evening to you as well. Thank you for joining me. Raymond, how are you? Wow, it's been a long time since I saw you on live stream. Um, Thank you for joining me this evening. Very much appreciated. It's good to see you. So yeah, someone had told me that Dimwit was drunk and struggling again this evening. I just couldn't let it pass. As you guys will notice through this live stream, I'm still kind of sickly. I actually think I'm getting a little bit better. I had a fever yesterday, and not a high fever, but come and go. I wasn't well, let's put it that way. But I've done nothing but just sleep and lay around, which for some reason, I don't usually do when I'm sick. I usually just keep doing what I'm doing. But uh, Tata fed the fish down at the pond today, and I did feed I did feed the fish up here in the breeding tanks, but that's no big deal. But other than that, I haven't done anything today. Um, Thanks for hitting that thumbs up for me, Philip. Russell, not much here, just getting warmer during the day and cold at night. Well, nothing much ever changes here either. It's hot and it's hot and a little bit hotter. Everyone here had a fever for 3 days. They're all better now except Iko. Dang it. Well, so we're still on for Wednesday, as far as I know. I was really wanting to make sure that I was going to be better before we went that way, but I think I am. I mean, still a bit of a cough, still a snot factory, but no fever today, and the cough was a little bit less than what it has been, which is a good thing since my ribs are hurting. Russell, thank you so much for that super chat. I don't get them often anymore. They're very much appreciated. Thank you for that. And you guys can also see old Russell there. Um, Also has a little star next to his name. That also means he's a channel member, and that is appreciated as well. Russell has been a channel member. I could look it up, but well, I could probably look it up on. Yeah, I couldn't be. I'd be having to go like this to look at my computer. But Russell's been a channel member for a long time, so thank you, Russell. It's very much appreciated. Excuse me just a second here, guys. I'm gonna look up something here real quick, like. Okay. Beautiful. So what's up with you, Philip? What's going on? So like I said, it's looking like going to be taking the trip down there. So what are those puppies up to out there? So Philip, do you want to make pizza that night, or do you want me to bring down some barbecue sauce and we'll do ribs and chicken or something? Because I'm going to be making that. I'm going to be making a pretty big batch of barbecue sauce, because I had intended on making, ribs and chicken for, well, not for everyone at your wedding, because it sounds like there's going to be hundreds and hundreds of people there, but a pretty big crew. And, was wanting to do that. So, Vincent, hi, Brian. What are you doing? It's only Monday, and I got notified you're going live. LOL. You look a little better. I feel better, a little bit. Rizzuto, me just chilling. I got to get used to doing these live streams on my phone again. I did try on my computer, like, I don't know, an hour ago, and for some reason I can no longer do live streams on the computer. When it gets to the going live part, it just circles and nothing else. Yeah, dealing with life. That's all you can do. Thank you, Russell. Appreciated. Planning the 2 to 3 month vacation with the kids. There you go. Yep. Always check with the boss. Well, let me know if I should bring the barbecue sauce or not. Doesn't matter to me one way or the other. Vincent, hey Philip, chilling not allowed. You got a lot of work ahead of you getting ready for the hitch with the ball and the chain. Yeah. Visit on Wednesday. Yeah, bring it. I'm sure I go like. All right. Yeah. I always like to get feedback from Filipinos on the stuff that I make. And again, I've never. I still have like visions of opening up. You know how they do around the backside of Alturas. They have those little stalls where they have barbecue outdoor. But it's always the same. That red. I don't know. It's like a I don't know, like a funny orange. It's not even red. It's a funny orange, like ketchup stuff that passes for barbecue sauce here. And like the 20 people who have had my actual barbecue sauce, the 20 Filipinos, they all love it. And it's kind of always in the back of my mind, am I ever going to pull the trigger and, fire up one of those little stalls there? The biggest thing would be cost effective. Because I've seen that barbecue sauce that they all use for sale in gallon jugs, and it's pretty cheap. Whereas the barbecue sauce that I make is not prohibitively expensive, but it's not what you'd call cheap either. Wes, hi Brian. Next? What are some of the next priorities on the farm? Well, I haven't talked to anybody about it, anybody that I should talk to about it. But I think it's looking more and more like we're going to be doing a fish harvest on Friday. We'll get back from Philip and Ico's Thursday sometime, and then Friday we're probably going to do a harvest. And it just depends on how well the fish do, whether or not we're going to expand on the fish, keep them the way they are. I think I've solved the problems in the duckweed pond. So it's kind of up in the air on the pigs right now because they have ASF and two barangays over. So I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Wes. I am going to be helping out E-Boy with his chickens. We've got an incubator. I've got an incubator sitting here that is not being used that he could use. With native chickens, and that's all he raises is native chickens. You don't really get that good of a hatch rate overall. So I'm going to see what I can do to help him out with that. Wes, several videos with Ronnie. He doesn't talk much. Is he okay? Yeah, he just Ronnie. His English is marginal, and he doesn't really care one way or the other whether or not he's on video. He indulges me. Let's put it that way. But he's kind of neutral on the whole thing. He doesn't really care one way or another. And he's not a real talkative sort anyway. Jim Scholes, good evening, Brian. Surprised to see you live. I was surprised too. But I thought I'd show the dimwit how it's done. Poor little drunken twat. He tried 3 or 4 times tonight to do a live stream, and none of them had any sound. I guess. I don't know. That's what somebody told me. I did look at one of them, and it was muted. I watched about 30 seconds of it, and it's just the dimwit's lips moving and nothing coming out. So because he had done so many and someone told me, I would assume that they were all without sound. Poor little fella. He just can't get there from here. And I didn't do a live stream last Wednesday, and I really cut the live stream on Sunday short by like an hour or so because I wasn't feeling good. And that's putting it lightly. But I thought, you know what? Why not? I just thought I'd throw one up, visit with you guys. I was kind of bored, nothing else going on, so there you go. They said, hey, Brian and Philip, is the date set for the marriage? I'm a little bit behind. The 8 ball is slightly busy. Well, I'll let Philip answer that. I think Philip's starting to stress about it a little bit. I don't want to stress him anymore. I'm Rich Breeza. Hi, Brian. It's excuse me. It's still okay to pigs farming or chicken. Yeah, it's still okay. I mean, for me, I've just totally given up on the chickens. So I was tired of the heartbreak, the frustration. It's so hard to raise, and I'm not a fan of native chickens. They're a little bit easier. Well, they're quite a bit easier to raise than um, like broilers or just about any other kind of breed because they're a native breed of chicken and they're kind of used to this climate. Um, but even those are tough because they grow so slowly. They're not really something that you could make any money at selling for meat. Now, most of the guys around here sell them to fight. They sell them as fighting cocks, which I'm not really into either. So I don't know. E-boy enjoys it. He really likes chickens, so anything I can do to help him, I'll do. The pigs, I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen with the pigs. As I said, ASF is here on the hole, and it's fairly close by. So I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully, it will not happen that one of these days somebody from the Department of Agriculture will show up and say we got to load up all your pigs, whether they're sick or not, and euthanize them. And then it'll probably be the wait 6 months to get 20% of what they're worth, if that. That's probably what will happen if that comes to pass. I hope not. So we'll see. Lee McKinney, hi Brian, hoping everyone is doing well. We are doing well, and I'm feeling a bit better today. I was feeling pretty rough there Saturday, Sunday, but I'm feeling better now. It's a Rizzuto Philip. I did catch a little bit of that casino clown and concluded he's as blind as a bat. Eiko has a natural beauty and a lovely smile, and to top it off, very intelligent. I can't disagree with that. Anything on that comment there, Vincent? Yeah, that's the marriage is. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's more stressful, the prep for it or the actual marriage. I guess it kind of depends on your partner. So, we're always glad to see you going live. Well, I have thought about it before, but never really seriously about doing a live stream every day. I mean, I've thought about it, but never really given it, serious thought. But I might. You never know. Maybe I'll try it one of these weeks. There's 18 watching, only 6 thumbs up. Hit those thumbs up for Brian. You guys listen to old Russell. He knows what he's talking about. Actually, 20 watching now. I don't know. The trolls are never going to hit the thumbs up button. But, from the people I've seen here, there's a lot more than 6 of you who I would consider to not be trolls. Where we at here? I'm Rich Breeza, thank you. Yeah, I wish I could give you a little more detail than what I did, but I don't know, it's volatile. Anytime you're raising animals anymore, it seems much more complicated than what it used to be. Everybody's saying howdy. I hit the thumbs up on entering. Thank you, Vincent. Prana Keeper Mike, hello to you as well. Thank you for joining this evening, Wes. When you spoke with the government official, did he feel confident they'd be able to control the ASF in the other barangay? No. Look, he knows what's up. There's no way to control it. There's no way to contain it because God bless them. You know, this is the country of choice where I live. But Filipinos are a hard-headed bunch, and a lot of them just don't give a crap about your rules and regulations, Mr. Government Agent, and so they're going to do what they want to do anyway. And when you have a large portion of the populace, either because of their attitude or their financial situation, who will not comply with rules and regulations, then there's no way to contain something like this. Jim Scholes, do you use the upstairs deck much anymore? It's nice up there. We haven't been. I don't know why. When we finish that dirty kitchen out there, that seems to be where everybody migrates to now. I don't go up there that much anymore because of my knees. And for large get-togethers and stuff, we go up there because it's a big space. Now, Marcel has said when we begin the house remodeling that she wants to make that into like a guest bedroom up there, put in a CR, kind of, just make it a third bedroom. I'm okay with that, whatever she wants to do. Mr. and Mrs. Boang, hey Brian, maybe you could help me. When did you know your first marriage wasn't going to make it? The second time that she cheated on me. I was pretty sure at that point. When you're doing everything as a husband and a father that you should be doing, to no avail, then the writing's on the wall. Vincent, man, this phone. I need to redo once again, redo the LED screen on this phone because it's damaged, and right where the comments appear, it's damaged. So I've got just like a little narrow spot here where I can actually read comments. Vincent Bryan, just to let you know, my appeal for help regarding travel insurance was answered backstage by a couple of your loyal followers. Much appreciated. Well, I'm glad they helped you out. Wes, do you feel the attacks against you by the trolls has somewhat abated or still the same? I can't really answer that because I don't pay any attention to them. Someone, actually, a buddy of mine named Larry, said that the expat scammers channel is gone, that they took it down. They can't find it anymore. I don't know if the other ones, I don't know. Because I don't watch them. I don't know who's still left, who's not. So I I can't offer an opinion on what difference is made or not. I mean, the dimwit, he's mentally deficient, so um, he'll never stop because he's just um, mental. As for everybody else, I don't know. I have no. I'll look on. Raymond will leave a comment every now and then saying that uh, the the grinding coconut guys was caught in yet another caught with his foot in his mouth again, saying some kind of silly crap that was obviously silly crap. The others, I mean, I don't know because I don't watch. Vincent, Jim, Brian won't go up to the upper deck due to his age. He needs an elevator. Well, yeah, if you ask my knees, I need an elevator. Rizzuto, Vincent, I stopped watching him. I trolled him. He couldn't take it. Yeah, you and me and Gladys and I don't know how many others. I mean, that poor little twat is so easily triggered. Um, when I went to check out his live stream tonight to see if it actually was muted, I didn't watch him, but I looked at a couple of his titles. He's still going on about what a great gardener he is, I guess, and what a horrible gardener I am. It's just poor little guy is so pathetic. He was talking about his green thumb. Should be talking about his brown thumb from sticking it up his own ass. Rizzuto, I'm bored with that guy, Vincent. He is so gay. Carol Ibrahim, long time no see. Indeed, it has been a long time. It's good to see you again, Carol. How's things? What's new and interesting? There are a lot of people who, for years, followed the channel and then just kind of fell off. But within the last couple months, have come back again. So it's good to see you. Thanks, Brian. Relationships are very hard. Good advice about the father doing what he is supposed to do. Relationships are hard. I mean, I guess it boils down to, well, luck, but you kind of make your own luck. Having the right partner or not in the beginning. That is, it's not an easy answer. It's not an easy thing. There's so many variables in relationships between men and women. It's just, even the shrinks can't save you most of the time. Let's go in brown thumb. Yeah. One of his videos was, I think it was his green thumb or something. I don't know. It's just hilarious. This poor little dude. I don't know if I don't know if GD Mead was actually crazy before our little dust up. If he wasn't, then I'm quite sure that I have driven him crazy. Or he was crazy before, and now just the whole world is aware of it. But that little dude is off his rocker. Is it Rizzuto? Uh, oh, I got a great kick out of how well yourself and Brian had the fool running around chasing shadows as well as his own tail. So much for a pit bull. Yeah, he was running around trying to get a hold of the biker gangs and Phillips family in Canada. And just my God, that poor little guy. He has the self-esteem of this lighter. He has zero self-esteem. That's how he gets so easily triggered, because he has to prove to everyone what a big shot that he is, and that he's not a loser. But you can't do that by uh, shaking your fist in the air and saying I'm not a loser. Um, he doesn't get it. Carol, I'm about to be a grandma. Wow. Is this your first grandchild or first one? Or just the latest installment? Congratulations nonetheless. Hi, Carol. Long time no hear. Wes, some of us never left. Been following since you started this channel. Indeed, many of you have. And again, that is all very much appreciated as well. William Sorg, hello, how are you? I'm doing very well, William. How's things going with you? Wes is indeed here. I was trying to think. Wes left a comment, I don't know, on the last live stream about something, and I can't remember what it was. And I don't know what, as I remember, it didn't, the whole vibe, it didn't go over that well. But I don't remember what it was all about. I just hope Wes doesn't have his feelings hurt about nothing. Carol, I didn't go away. I haven't seen him for a while. I know, I know he changed the way he was doing his live feed, and I couldn't see it anymore. Well, I'm glad you can see it now. So welcome back. Vincent, what did I do? Where's Stacy and Van? I don't know. Stacy's probably doing a video laughing at the dimwit, and Van is probably laughing at the dimwit somewhere. Why does it keep doing that? Why won't it just scroll? First grandchild, little girl. Well, congratulations, Carol. They're lots of fun. I mean, you know what? You get to sugar them up and dirty them up and rile them up, and then you give them back to mom and dad. Thank you very much. Had a great time. We all had a great time, but they're a little cranky now and a little sticky. Bye. And they're just, with time, and anyone and everyone gets better at stuff with practice, anything. And being around children is no exception. And by the time you get to be a grandparent, you've kind of you've learned a few things. Let's put it that way. Some things you take more seriously, some things less seriously, but generally you're a little mellower overall. And I noticed with my grandchildren, much more than my children, I was able to just enjoy them as people. I didn't feel that driving need to shape them to be the productive people that I wanted them to be. I could just hang out with the grandkids and have a good time. And grandkids are good stuff. Uh, they just plain old are. And I miss my grandkids. I do. I miss my children. Um, of all the things that have happened and have not happened, I wish that things had turned out differently. You know, you don't have a crystal ball. You can't predict the future. But man, ASF, not ASF, but yeah, ASF, when it broke out in China and just crashed the whole pig market, and crashed our piggery before, man, that was a body blow. And then the lockdowns, COVID, you know, it was never the intention to be here for we're going on 7 years now and not make a trip back to the States. That was never in the plan. But, you know, through circumstance, and then on top of all that, you throw a typhoon in the mix. It's just, I was chatting with my eldest daughter today, and we were talking about how much we missed each other. And we're just talking about grandkids. Man, I missed a bunch. I missed a bunch. I still have that cough. I missed a bunch with the grandkids, and it's something that um, I don't dwell on it too much because it's not something that can be changed, right? It is what it is. Um, and you know, you think, what could I have done different? What could have been different? And I guess the reason I'm not all that torn up about it is there's nothing that I could have done any different, other than not coming here in the first place. Life happens, things happen, circumstance, and it is what it is. But I'm doing everything that I can right now to make this farm stable and profitable so that I can, at some point in the near future, take a trip back to the States and see my kids and my grandkids and my brothers, and, you know, just visit the family. Lee McKinney, Brian, Google up do-it-yourself Venturi aerators for circulating and aerating. Almost no cost, and the benefits are huge since you are already running water pumps. Well, Lee, I did that before. I don't know, I guess it's been so long that you forgot. But I did Venturi aeration before, and it's not all it's cracked up to be. When you, how would you say, when you add up the amount of aeration that you get from a Venturi pump on a cost per watt per bubble ratio, I guess you could say, Venturi pumps are not the way to go. That 1 horsepower aeration unit that I have is only at about half capacity, and right now it is running all those nets in the pond and all of the breeding tanks and round tanks off that one unit, and it's still only at half capacity. To get as much aeration as I'm getting out of that um, aeration unit, I would have to have uh, 5 horsepower pumps running everywhere. Um, you're more than free, Lee, to go back and look at my prior videos. They're probably 4 or 5 years back now when we had Venturi pumps, and even ordered the. There's a little attachment that you put on an end of a pump, on the end of a pump, and it through the Venturi is like it's like a vacuum. It sucks in air into the water stream and gives aeration, and it does work. It's not that it doesn't work, but it's not cost effective. When you compare the amount of aeration that you get versus the amount of electricity you use. It's like aces in their places. Go with what is designed to aerate water. Paddle wheels will aerate the water, but they're about 20% as efficient as an aeration unit. Paddle wheel just beating the surface of the water. Yeah, they do aerate the water a little bit, but for the amount of electricity that you use, it's akin to wasting your time and money. And Venturi pumps and after having done it, doing my own research, I don't need to go to Google. My own firsthand research, no, it's not cost effective. Joel Alba, I'm sorry. I was just in Bohol for vacation, enjoying relaxing in Anda, Lubbock, Loe, and Tagbilaran. Well, nice to hear. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Joel. The tourism has really picked back up, I guess, everywhere in the Philippines, but in Bohol as well. So I'm glad you had a good time, Joel. West, I asked you about Lido. You had severed ties with him. Well, let's put it this way. I had not. I wasn't engaging. Let's say I wasn't seeking Lido out to say. I wasn't going over to his house to say, "Hey, how you doing?" Let's put it that way. But some things have come to light, and I'm of a slightly different opinion than I was before. But then Lido showed up on one of your videos. True enough. I don't know. I guess we're good again, I guess you could say. Russell, got to go to work, Brian. See you Wednesday morning. That sounds good. I look forward to it, Russell. Thank you for joining in this evening. Mr. and Mrs. Bong, Brian, what years of your adult life do you think you had to struggle the most, and what years were the easiest? I would think, well, there's a lot of things that people struggle with. I think from like 18 to 25 was a pretty big struggle because you're just stupid when you're that age. You don't know anything about anything, not really, and it was learning what you take for granted when you're 30 in your 20s while you're learning it, and it's a struggle. And I would say there were 2 divorces along the way, so those were big hits. By the time I got into my 50s and ended up coming here, but I would say late teens through mid 20s were the toughest. After that, you're more financially stable and you've learned some stuff, you're not such a blithering idiot anymore, as most people are when they're in their early 20s. You think you know everything, but you actually don't know jack shit about anything. Um, so, yeah, those were the toughest. Uh, and probably the year-ish of each divorce, they were pretty tough. Um, but by and large, my adult life was pretty good. Jarl, how are you? We were just talking about you a little while ago. Uh, Jarl is also Ronnie. Hey, West Corey, I'm okay, but I'm a salesman and only talk when people pay me. So Ronnie was listening in. So, hey, did Thomas come over? He came. I was, uh, I think I was down at the pond feeding the fish, but he came by yesterday evening, I think, or the day before. I can't remember. He came by looking for directions to your place. So I'm just, it's hard for foreigners to find anything here. It's the old third coconut tree on the left. Uh, there's no addresses. So I'm just curious if Thomas ever made it over. You guys excuse me for just a minute. I'm going to go do a little mucus removal. All right, I'm back in Mobetta. Where we at here? It's a breeze picking up outside. So it's rained every day here for the last 2 weeks. And the way the breeze is coming up, it's going to start raining again. Well, not 2 weeks. Like, I don't know, like the last 10 days, it's rained every day. And what happens to me when it rains here all the time is I get athlete's foot because I often go around barefoot. Often. That's, all the Filipinos that see me going around barefoot ask me, well, why no slippers? Well, because they're aptly named. Slippers means that I slip around in them. And I don't want to slip and fall, have one of my knees go out or something like that. So I usually just go barefoot. I get better traction in my feet. But when it's always wet outside, and then like the bathroom floor is wet, I get athlete's foot. So it's kind of what I'm struggling with right now. What happened? No more comments. Can you guys still hear me okay? Oh, okay. So I'm hoping, well, I can't tell if that was a, so yes, Thomas came over. I hope so. I hope that's what the yes was for. Ronnie and Thomas are countrymen, and from being a foreigner, uh, even to this day, even still to this day, and I've been here a long time. It it's nice to just to be able to talk to someone in your native language without having to think of a word that they would understand or a word in whatever particular language that you're conversing in. Is it the right word or whatever? It's nice just to talk to someone who talks like you do. And I know that both Ronnie and Thomas struggle with that just like I do. And it's nice just to have someone around that you can just have a conversation with. Mr. Boy, hey Brian, how many fish are in each fish pen? We changed it a little bit as we were going along. The first two had 500 in, but were stocked with 500. And then the next one, a bunch of them jumped out. So I don't know, 150 or 200 in that one. But then all the, well, let's see, 500, 500, 500, but a bunch jumped out. And then 600, 600, 600. Yeah, and then all the rest 600. Lee McKinney. Yes, all right. Was just checking there. Wes Corey, did you ever get the chance to visit with Terrence? I didn't. I never went by. I don't know where he lives exactly. I've got an idea, but like I say, Terrence and I don't. Um, we're not like thick as thieves anymore. He never comes over when we invite him for anything. He's never invited me to his new house or even told me where he lives. So honestly, it's he doesn't seem interested in furthering our friendship. So I'm not one to go chasing after people. I don't really know what the problem was, and maybe it's a personality fault of my own. I don't really care. If you don't want to be around me, then that's okay with me. Everyone is free to choose their own friends and associates, and I'm not going to bend over backwards to be friends with someone. He knows where I live. As far as I know, we still have contact on Messenger, but he never reaches out, so he's obviously not interested. So there you go. Lee McKinney, you should open your own version of Taco Bell. There, you would make a killing. I think I would too. It's just the clock is ticking. I'm not going to be around for if I make it another 15, 20 years, I consider myself incredibly fortunate. And so now we're kind of getting to the point of if I'm ever going to do it, now's the time. And from my time as a fry cook and then a restaurant cook, hundreds of recipes in my head, the vast majority of which I've forgotten now, but they were once there, and I could probably conjure them up something close to what they used to be. I'd like to share that with people, and I make much better food than not exactly like Taco Bell because once in a while I do get a craving for some Taco Bell. because it's just it's proprietary. You can't make it just exactly the way that they do. But in my opinion, any kind of Mexican food that I make is way better than Taco Bell. I'm on this puffed rice thing right now, and that's what you guys check out the next video that I'm going to upload. Mr. and Mrs. Bog, how many square feet or square meters is your pond? I don't remember. I can't remember half of what happened yesterday. And it's the reason that I can't keep the number in my head is because my whole life I did feet, and because all the measurement here is in meters, and they don't do it by half meter, or it's all by meter, and so always trying to make the conversion into meters from feet. The pond, the usable area in the pond, where of course there's a little bit of lateral slope before it actually gets to the depth. So usable area in the pond is about 40 feet by, and 40 feet would be pushing it. Probably 30 feet by 60 feet, where it's all at least 5 feet deep. Now it's larger than that, but it slopes up because it's not like a swimming pool with square sides. So it's not that big. Wes, are you sure you have to go to Manila to process your Social Security? Cebu processed Social Security for my dad in Cebu. I don't know, Wes. Honestly, I don't know. I didn't know that they had any. I mean, I know that they have. I know that you can get your immigration stuff done there through what is needed through the Philippine government. But as far as does the United States have a Social Security branch office in Cebu, I have no idea, and I'm leaning towards probably not. Hey, McKinney, you can call it just burritos. I love tacos, but the whole getting polenta, which is what you need to make a corn taco shell, is, man, I don't know why everything, so many things here are cheap. Polenta is not one of them, and you have to have it. You basically have to have it to make a taco shell. Burritos, just flour. Flour tortillas are easy to make. When we make burritos, we just make them. We make them ourselves. They're time consuming, but they're not hard to make. Just flour and water and oil, salt. That's it. So yeah, it would probably be called just burritos, since we wouldn't be making tacos. Unless I could figure out a way to get my hands on a lot of polenta at a reasonable price. So so we could make taco shells. Because I love them. And they don't have to be, for me, they don't have to be those crispy, you bite them and they disintegrate, that kind of crispy corn tortilla. They can be much less crispy than that, and I still enjoy them. Mr. and Mrs. Wong, I kind of wonder why Social Security office in Manila. I kind of wonder why a Social Security office is in Manila. Maybe Doge will cut it. They obviously are not doing their job. Yeah, well, there are, actually, I don't know how many American foreigners are in the Philippines. Maybe someone could Google that right quick, like, for me. I think it's less than 200,000 all foreigners in the Philippines. So even if there's 30 or 40,000, you would think it would be, even though they're only available to talk 2 days a week, you think that it would be easier to get something done than it is. But it's just, I've given up trying to call them because they just hang up on you now. You're just wasting your load. And I'm still waiting on an email with an appointment. Nothing. You know. Actually, I didn't check today. So let me check my email. Maybe I got something today. Nope. So, actually, since I'm here, let me see when I actually sent that. February 6th was my last email to them. So that's been 5, 10, 12 working days, 12 business days. So they're well within their BS storyline of 10 to 15 business days. But haven't heard nothing, so, there it is. Lee McKinney, according to Google, as of 2023, around 300,000 U.S. citizens live in the Philippines. This includes military veterans. Wow. I had no idea it was so many. What's the total number of foreigners, Lee, that live in the Philippines? That's a lot more than what I thought. A lot more. I guess I should let Google be my friend more often. I would have thought it was 50 to 100,000. Lee, how many foreigners altogether live in the Philippines? Not just those from the United States. Like all like German, English, Australian, Italian, everyone. McKinney, about 700,000. Wow. That's a bunch. So we're not. like a half of 1% of the total population. The overall population is 109 million. I think it was 102 when I first got here. So nothing like living in a Catholic country. I don't think the Philippines has anything to worry about declining population. I think they've got it. I think they've got it covered. According to Wiki, anyway. You know, I don't know if it's blocked here in the Philippines or if it's my computer or if it's me, but I can't even look up WikiLeaks or Wiki. I say WikiLeaks. I can't even look up Wiki anymore. Wikipedia. I did something to my computer. I don't know, like a week ago now, and just I don't know. It's just all screwed up. Everything is color coded now. It's kind of different format. It's just not right. And I've tried doing a system restore 3 different times. Just restoring it to an earlier date, and then everything comes back to like it was on that date. And I tried one last night, and I set it up when I went to sleep. So from like 10:30, and I was up at 6:40. So what is that? I don't know. It's 8 hours, and it still had not completed the system restore. And it wouldn't let me exit. It never lets me exit. So I just unplug it, and then it'll let me restart it. But I can't even do a system restore now. And as I said, I tried to go live on my computer. It won't do it anymore. So it's most definitely time to get a new computer and be looking around. That's one of the things we're going to shop around for when we go to Tagbilaran on day after tomorrow now. Ramanagi, watched your previous vlogs about the Balikbayan from your daughters. Are there any chance they would come and visit the Philippines? Very slight chance. They're all, have grandchildren. They all have kids, and none of them are overly wealthy. It would cost for any one of them to come with their kids and their husbands, I don't know, 10 or 15,000 US dollars for passports and plane tickets, and that's not going to happen. So no, not anytime soon. Mark P. Hey, Mark, how are you? Good morning, evening. Oh, sorry I'm late. Well, that's no worries, Mark, because this was kind of impromptu. No plan. I wasn't planning to go live this evening. I just decided I would because I can. Ramanagi. It's so nice. It's so nice to know you have a good relationship with them. I do, and I miss them terribly. Really miss them. But I'm stuck. and they're stuck. Uh, it is what it is. But at least, it's not like it used to be, when you were half a world away from your family. I mean, think about it. If you left your family 300 years ago, you'd probably never see them again. Um, and maybe you would exchange a few letters that would take a year round trip to, but now, there's Messenger, you can chat every day, and see the people. I mean, you can have real communication. I mean, it's not the same, but it's way more better than it used to be. Lee McKinney, save all your files, pictures, and reinstall Windows Mac from scratch. I don't know how to do that. I'm not what you would call tech savvy. I have no idea how to do that. And this computer is done anyway. I mean, the camera has never been good. It's never had high resolution. None of the videos I've ever uploaded with this on this computer, the phones they all take the video in 1080, but the computer will only upload them in 480. So, and there's no, I've gone through all the settings half a dozen times, and there's no way to change it. The battery's done. The P doesn't work on the keyboard anymore. Well, it works when it wants to. The O doesn't work. I have to use the letter 0. It's just this has been a good computer, but it's 8 years old now. And I don't know, an 8-year-old laptop, and it's uploaded damn near 10,000 videos onto YouTube. And I'm on it a little more now than what I used to be, but I don't know, 7 years. So that's, I don't know, 2,000, just say 2,500 days, 2 hours a day. I mean, we're talking 5 or 10,000 hours on this computer. It's tired, and it's just time to get a new one. And I can probably get a new one for less than what I paid for this one. Mr. and Mrs. Brown, hey Brian, what would you cut first in the USA if you were president or in charge for the day? I really think Trump is doing great. Hopefully get rid of lazy government workers. That's not an easy question. I think I said this 6 months ago when Trump was talking about reducing all the federal expenditures and, cutting the size of the government, all the stuff he was going to do. And honestly, it has to be done. It has to be done. The United States is almost $37 trillion in the shitter, about to go bankrupt. So there has to be cuts done. But having said that, the fake money economy is the only thing that's keeping the economy in the United States going, because you can only do so much with finance. There's no manufacturing of any real consequence in the United States anymore. There's no exports of any consequence really in the United States. Now there are quite a bit of farm products. There are things that are being exported, but as a percentage of GDP, it's nothing like what it used to be. So a big portion of the economy is government expenditure. That's what's kept it going for the last 20 years, is all this fake money. So if and it's looking like it could happen. But here's what's going to happen: if they remove $2 trillion a year out of the United States economy that the United States government is spending, well, it'll lead to a serious recession in the United States that would make 1929 look like a party, and then it'll drag all the rest of the planet in with it, because as the United States economy goes, so the rest of the world follows. So it's kind of a delicate balancing act. It all needs to be done, and I don't think President Trump or anyone else has told people that it ain't going to be easy and pain-free. It's going to hurt. There's going to be a recession, I would imagine. I think it's unavoidable. There are things you could do to mitigate it, like going slow. Look, all those people, all those government workers that are getting laid off or fired, all bought cell phones and washing machines and cars and television sets, paid mortgages, paid for insurance, bought gas, all those things that people with good jobs do. And of course, government jobs are the best jobs. They're all making 90,000 a year plus, so they have disposable discretionary income. You remove that from the economy, just cut it off without a way to replace it. Because look, a high percentage of these people are just duds. They're not going to find a job in the private sector anywhere near as good as well paying as what they have now, based on their skill set. Because most of them are too stupid and too lazy to compete in the private sector. Okay, so yeah, the government is saving money, but all that money is coming out of the economy. They're not going to be going out to Applebee's and TGIF Fridays and Taco Bell, and they're not going to be buying that new car every other year or every year. All those things pull down the economy. And I think they need to start saying that, yeah, it needs to be done, but it ain't going to be pretty and it ain't going to be fun and it's not going to be easy. Like it's all just, it's all going to be so great, make America great again. Well, yeah, it needs to be done, but there's going to be some pain involved. And I don't think no one said anything about it. So, yeah. What would I do if I was king for a day? If I was king for a day, I would implement a flat tax, a flat VAT tax. No more income tax. I would abolish the IRS. And everybody pays 12% across the board. Doesn't matter if you're a multi-billionaire or if you work at McDonald's, 12% of everything that you make goes to the government. Now, you could make a carve out there. Well, if you make less than $30,000 a year, then you don't pay any tax. But everybody else, and that's basically the way it is now. That's a single person under 30 making $30,000 or less anymore doesn't really pay any taxes. So you wouldn't be changing that much anyway. But you could make a carve out in the VAT tax for really low income people. But everybody else, 12%. So yeah, you would have some people paying $100 million, $200 million, $1 billion a year in taxes, and you would have some people paying $1,000 a year in taxes, all based off what you spend. That's how the taxes would go. That's what I would do if I was king for a day. Get rid of the IRS. Yeah, sorry about all those people in the IRS that are going to lose their jobs. All those tax attorneys, tax accountants, bookkeepers, and all that other stuff, which is a pretty big part of the overall economy. But that's what I would do. That's what I would do to simplify everything. Um, you go to a store and you buy anything, and you pay the tax. That's how I would do it. Mark P. survived the gallbladder removal. Well, I am glad, Mark. God, thank the Lord for that. I'm glad. That was not gallbladder removal is no. It's not like going to the dentist and having one of your teeth pulled. It's much more serious than that. So I'm glad you made it through, and I hope you're feeling well. Rand Cootie, this is a new name. Hi, post sir, a foreigner. Jin something, silent viewer. Well, Rand, thanks for watching. I don't know if it's me. I can't understand what you're writing, or English is your second or third or fourth language, whatever it is. Thank you for watching and participating. And you can call me Brian. Ramanagi, well, I agree with you on that. All the inflation and priorities, but at least now we have internet. Indeed. Ramanagi, are you always on live every Monday and Wednesday, 10 p.m., so I can drop by? I don't know. I was talking about it earlier. Maybe I'll go online. Maybe I'll do a live stream every night. I don't know. The way it has been is that I do a live stream every Wednesday, if I can remember. I get busy during the week, and sometimes I don't even remember what day it is, so I'll forget a Wednesday evening and just not remember to do a live stream. Sundays I always remember because everybody is off. There's nothing going on. Yeah, today's Sunday, so I do the live stream. So up until now, it's always been a live stream on Sunday morning. Excuse me. A live stream on Sunday morning, Philippines time, and a live stream on Wednesday evening, Philippines time. I don't know. Maybe I'll do one again tomorrow night. I don't know. We've had like 30 people watching. That's plenty, and it's been good. So I don't know. Maybe Jeff 1349. Hey, all, Brian. When you and Marcel married, was there any paperwork besides the divorce decree? There was. All I needed was my divorce decree. There was, but I can't remember exactly what it all was. And it was like a day we spent going around Municipal Hall. We had to do a seminar. We both had to do the seminar. Marcel basically had to do the same thing I do, saying she's not married, and we both, I believe, had to do a police check. Honestly, I don't remember, Jeff, all the stuff that we had to do. But yeah, there was much more than just my paperwork from the States. Excuse me, guys. Both for myself and for Marcel. Philip, if he's still around, Um, if he's, I don't know, he's going through it right now. Liam and Kenny, LOL. 57% of my past business went to the government. Yeah. Mark P. As long as it's real income, they tax 12% would do it. Yeah, I think so. But that's always been what I have. So that's the brass tacks of it. So do you make it like a VAT tax where everything that you buy has an added tax, or do you do it off of income? That's the that's where the rubber meets the road, and because people are so creative when it comes to reporting stuff to the government, it would probably create a whole new lane of how do you cheat the government out of their money and keep more of your money in your pocket, kind of thing. That I think the most fair and equitable thing would be just a consumption tax, uh, a tax on things that you buy. Now, of course, that's going to leave a lot of money on the table because money you spend outside the United States wouldn't be taxed. I don't know. It's complicated, and will have to be solved by people much more intelligent than myself. Or maybe it would be a combination of a like a flat tax and a VAT tax. Mark P. It was 4 keyholes to do it. I don't know. Our Cole, it's Monday, Brian. Yeah, it is Monday. Ramanagi, I enjoyed watching your vlogs, and when you're doing live, very raw, very honest, compared to other vloggers that are so filtered. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't have anything to hide, and I don't have an agenda. I just, I'm not trying to tear anyone down or build anyone up. I'm just, people ask my opinion, I give it. They ask me what I think, I'll tell you. And it is what it is. Wes, Cinemar, yeah. NBI clearance, marriage license, seminar, yeah. There was, I can't remember all the stuff, but it wasn't like showing up in Vegas and here we are, and where's the rented tux and the flowers, and here we go. It was more than that. But it's been, well, hell, I don't know, 6 years. That's pretty bad. I can't remember the year we were married, but we won't tell Marcel that. Let's go right. Flat income tax, I feel, is the most simple and fair. Well, we're kind of on the same page there, Wes. My only thing, and that would probably be my best solution, but you know, my only concern with that is people uh, coming up with innovative ways to not pay, like like maybe some kind of a scheme with an employer. Let's not report all this. Some of it's cash, blah blah blah. Um, I don't know. Probably the best overall would be uh, like a national sales tax in combination with a flat income tax, like maybe 6% each. Um, because if you had a national flat income tax, then even the money that you take and you spend outside the country would still be taxed, and people coming into the country would also benefit our tax revenue from the money that they spend within the United States. So, yeah, I think a combination of the two would be pretty cool. Mr. Wong, that flat VAT tax idea, is that how the Philippines makes money? Because very few in the province pay income taxes. You hit the nail right on the head there. There is much, much less of a paper trail in the provinces, um, and the VAT tax is. I don't know what the actual percentages of government revenue in the Philippines are generated by the VAT tax. I'm sure it's at least half. I'm not sure, but my guess would be at least half. But I don't really know. It's high. I know that. Ramanagi. Indeed. Actually, that's the big difference among Westerns and Filipinos. What I like about the Western culture is that they are really straightforward. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what it is about. I don't know what it is about the Asian culture. And I guess I don't know. I guess to a certain extent, you could put the Philippines in that pie as well, in that mix. Um, it's much the Asian culture is much more. It's much more leans much more into deceit. I don't know how else to put it. Um, they just do, and they don't see they don't see any negative about it either. But yeah. All right, so look, guys, it's 10:30. I still have a video to upload. Um, I'm gonna finish this one up. Um, Mr. Misamon, yeah, very hard to get Filipinos to do something quickly for a set price. It is wild when comparing. Yeah, because the reason for that is that they want to get the most that they can out of any particular financial transaction, and they're just afraid that if they lowball themselves or if they lock themselves into something that they'll end up losing, which is a distinct possibility. It could happen. Um, Lee McKinney later, people, prayers, and have a good day. All right, guys. So I'm going to end this one up. Thank you all for joining in this evening and participating. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. I enjoyed it. So I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow night or not. Maybe tomorrow morning. I have no idea. The next time you guys see me will be the next time you see me. So, but most certainly Wednesday evening and Sunday morning, Filipino time. As for any other times, I don't know. So to each and every one of you, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, stay safe and be well, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye for now.